Okay. Hey everybody. I think almost everybody knows me on here. Do you need to hear like a little bit about me, or are you good? Oh yes, you do. Trisha needs to hear a little bit about me.
No, this is mine.
Okay. So I am a 1-star diamond coach. I became a coach in August of 2014. So August 20th. So I just hit my 2-year anniversary mark. I am a Success Club All-Star Legend, I think. So 24 months with it. Woo, woo, woo. And Dana is my coach. When she asked me to be a coach, I told her no about 5 times. I thought it was a pyramid scheme. I thought that there was no way that she was actually helping people. And I watched her for a good 5 to 6 months. And I watched her shouting out all these people that had lost weight. And she was doing like workouts that looked interesting to me. And she bought a new car. And she lured me in. And so I finally talked to her about it and asked her how much the Shakeology was. And she told me. And I went, ha! No, I'm not, I'm not doing it. And because I'm a professional actress in Houston. Most of my team are in theater in some manner. So I was making $1,200 a month as an actress in Houston, and she kept saying, "Well, how much do you get to do your hair, and how much do you do your nail?" I was like, "I cut my own hair, and I don't do my nails. I really don't have any money." And so she told me that the goal was to get the Shakeology paid for in the first month. And I was like, all right, fine. I'm going to go ahead and go bi-monthly because I did not believe that I would get it paid for in the first month. And I was wrong. I got it paid for in the first month. And I went Emerald within, I think, a couple of days. And so my Shakeology was paid for and has been paid for ever since. So she kind of hooked me in. And I started growing my team immediately. And I did not know how much I would fall in love with it. I did my first challenge group, and I was kind of hooked. The accountability was something that I never knew I wanted. I'm a former anorexic. And so I was used to losing weight by myself. Losing weight was a very shameful thing for me. I didn't want anyone to know what I was doing, how I was doing it. And so the accountability of the groups was a pretty big game changer for me in making healthy choices, doing it the correct way, having a healthy mindset about it. And through the challenge groups, it's actually given me a lot of healing. The scale no longer rules me. I go by inches instead of the scale. And so there's just a lot of things have changed. I've gone from a very negative person to a pretty positive person compared to what I used to be. Like Tawny used to say, Christy is not a glass half full or a glass half empty kind of girl. Christy's a why the F did you bring me water? I don't want water. And so I think that I've kind of changed a lot since then. And the positivity that the team just brought was really inspirational to me. And it's kind of changed everything for me. It's really, really changed everything for me and for Joey. It's brought us closer in our marriage in some ways, and we have a passion for sharing it with other people. I have degenerative disc disease and scoliosis and bulging discs in my neck and back. I had chronic migraines. I had at least 20 or more a month. I had chronic neck and back pain, and I was taking about 6 different medications every day. I had depression and very strong anxiety and social anxiety, to the point where I was even scared to hang out with my best friend. Basically through health and fitness, I no longer take any medications. I do still have Imitrex because I get like 1 migraine a month, which is, from my period. But other than that, I'm off all medications. So that's my story. Okay, so we'll get into the stuff that, we want to hear about. So I wanted to talk about how to build your cold market. And this is a big deal for me because, like you heard me say, I have social anxiety. I do not like meeting new people. Those of you that have met me, I probably seemed a little bitchy to you because I was probably scared to death of you when I met you. Maureen just made me love her. So those are the people I do best with when you force it on me. But I'm scared of meeting new people. So branching off into the cold market was very, very scary to me. I thought I would hate it. Y'all, I'm here to tell you, cold market is way, way, way easier than your warm market. Hands down. I wish I had done it from the beginning. So if you are a new coach and you have not gotten into your cold market and you're thinking, well, I haven't tapped my warm market yet, go on to the cold market because you will have a heck of an easier time than with your warm market. With your warm market, there's all these feelings involved. You're like, I don't want to offend this person, or they say no to you and you take it personally because you're like, well, you're my friend. Why don't you want it? Do you think what I'm doing is like a pyramid scheme? It's not a pyramid, and so there's all these feelings involved. You get to the cold market, they're coming to you for a very specific reason. They're coming to you because all they want is what you are selling. That's what they want. And there's no feelings involved. You don't know the person. And because they don't know you, they feel way more comfortable sharing things with you, almost like a therapist. My cold market people will tell me stuff and I'm like, well, okay, nice to meet you. I'm glad to know that you don't feel like having sex with your husband anymore. Okay. So they totally will share everything with you because they don't know you. When you have your friends, think about you signing up with a friend. There's stuff that you probably held back. You were probably you're not as open with people that you're friends with because they know you in life. They're going to be seeing you the next day. If you cheat, you're going to feel like, oh, they think I'm a bad person or whatever. So these cold market people, they want a stranger. They want somebody that they can trust that has gone through this and that they can tell their whole story to because that's what they're looking for. So if you are scared of the cold market, the goal of this call is to get you not scared of the cold market anymore because you don't need to be scared of it. It's the best thing ever. So the first thing that you need to know before approaching your cold market is your story and your niche market. So you guys heard some of my story, and my story is actually very, very important to my niche market. My niche market are usually people with chronic pain. Weight loss is a part of it, but my niche market, that most of them have chronic pain or anxiety or depression. And they are coming to me for those specific reasons. And if you can get your story so clear, then you are going to attract those people to you like magnets. They're going to come to you. And so that's the first important step. Know your story. Know what you're about. You don't want to change everybody. There's a specific person that you want to change. Why? Because you have experienced it. You can only be passionate about what you truly have gone through, and you can only really relate to people that you have gone through it. Okay? So you need to know who you are targeting. You don't have to target everybody. When you start targeting everybody, you're not going to get anybody. You need to target one person, and when you are targeting that one person, they're going to feel like you're talking to them, and it's going to make them want to talk to you. So that's the first thing. Know your story, know your niche market. The second thing, and Stephanie Mayer taught me this. Thank you, Stephanie. Find Facebook groups and become a part of them. They do, and so I'm talking, don't get involved in depression and anxiety groups. Okay? You don't want those people. Like, I tried it. It's not fun. The people are depressed, angry, and they don't want your help. So I get a part, what I choose to be a part of is beg, barter, sell groups, mom groups like Moms of Houston, or prayer groups. And it does not have to be in your town. Like, somebody kept saying, well, it's in there's a bunch of Beachbody coaches in that one. So what? So find a different state. Joey, I was like, he's going to take all my people because he started doing the cold market. He's not in any of my groups. He went to Mississippi groups. Where else did you do?
North Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi. I was in one for California, but I got kicked out.
There's no, yeah, and you might get kicked out of these groups, and that is okay. Who cares?
Yeah.
So, but you find a group to become a part of that you can post in. And usually I have the best luck with beg, barter, sell groups. And so become a part of groups with like a large amount of people. Like the Houston beg, barter, sell group has like 22,000 people in it. So that's a good amount of people. And so become a part of those groups. Now, if you like photography or whatever, or something like that, go ahead and become a part of those groups. But I'm just telling you from my experience, the eating disorder groups, the depression groups, yeah, not so much for me. Somebody else, maybe a therapist, would like to get in on those groups, but I don't. The third thing that you're going to want to do is schedule a free 5 to 7 day group every single month. Every single month. It's not optional. You have to give to get. You have to give to get. When you give, what's it called?
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. If you haven't read the book Launch, get it. When you give somebody something for free and you invest in them, when it comes time for you to invite them to a challenge group, they want to actually purchase from you to pay you back. So free groups are essential. If you're trying to stay away from them, don't. You should be doing a free group. This is Launch by Jeff Walker. You should be doing a free group at least once a month, okay? Now, this free group should be simple. Mine used to be very complicated, and Tawny taught me the way. This is a free group. So all you're doing is giving them a taste of what you're doing. You don't want to put too much work into it, because then it's going to take away from your other work that you're doing. This is, you save the more complicated stuff for the people who are investing in themselves. So what Tawny did, and I stole her idea, because I used to do this group, and it's overwhelming. I overwhelmed them with information and meal plans or whatever. Tawny came up with an idea to have a 5-day dinner group. So all it was 5 recipes. That's it. 5 clean dinner recipes. And she put the grocery list up. And then the night before, well, we do the night before. She did the day of. The night before, we post the recipe. And everybody makes the same recipe on the same day. They have the ingredients. They all make the same recipe on the same day. And then they post a picture of the recipe, what they thought about it, what they changed about it, what did they like it, did they not like it, did their kids like it, and it gets conversation going. Okay, I jumped ahead of myself. Hold on. So inviting to these free groups. But anyway, you need to have a free group to invite them to. So when it comes time to invite people to this free group, you're going to go in those beg, barter, sell groups, and you're going to have your story. So what I do is I have my story. I say how I used to be on all these different medications. I was depressed. Joey was on high blood pressure medication. And I have a slideshow of us. And it even shows a picture of me with like 6 medicine bottles. And it shows our transformation. I post it in there and I say, if you want to do the group, I tell them it's free. They just have to friend me and message me. I ask them to message me because I want to make sure that I'm adding the people that want to be in the group. Like, I'm like, is this person just friending me, or are they friending me because they want to be in the group? So I ask them to message me. And that is all I ask them to do. I do not ask them to go and sign up for a free Beachbody account. Beachbody is not a part of this. Take Beachbody out. The sole purpose of this group is to develop relationships with people. That's it. So you post in there. I usually post in about 3 or 4 groups, and I have to take it down within 45 minutes because I usually have at least 50 people. So that doesn't happen for Tawny, but that happens for me, and it happens for Joey too. So 50 but then I cut the cord up. Like now Stephanie will add 500 people. But that's what I do. So I get 50 new friend requests. Okay. Those are 50 people that are now watching me, regardless of what happens in this group. Okay. Then I message them and I tell them what's going to happen in the group and just give them a heads up. And then I add them to the group. And we do the group together. Now, I also add in like a short fitness challenge, and whoever participates by video, if they participate every day, they win a prize. Now, keep in mind, this is a free group. You should not be spending money on the prize. So what can you give them that would be very valuable to them that's completely free? A week-long meal plan with grocery list and recipes and grocery list included. Okay? That's free. All it took was your time, and it's very, very valuable. So the group goes 5 days. You'll have probably 3 or 4 people that participate. The rest of them will just watch. And that doesn't matter. That does not matter. You may think, oh, this bombed. It's terrible. The only purpose of the group is to get them watching you. That's it. You're going to develop a relationship with them. So form them during the week. Just get to know them. Take Beachbody completely out. Get to know these people. And you've got 50 new friends. I sat there at Summit and I kept turning to Trisha going, how? How did they get SC50? How do they get SC50? This is how. They just keep doing free groups. And they either they have a huge market that they're putting in these free groups, or they're doing free groups over and over and over again and just talking to more people. Now, the first month that you do this, you're probably not going to have any results. Maybe you'll get 1 person. The point is consistency. You have to keep doing it month after month after month, because the person that started out in the first month, maybe around month 3, will be ready to join your challenge group. If you are not doing it month after month after month, it will do nothing for you. You have to do it consistently, and you should do it 2 weeks before your next challenge group, so that at the end of the 5-day group, you can say, hey, if you liked this, I have a longer challenge group that I do with Beachbody. If you'd like more information about it, message me. Hold on. I've got I guess a lot of questions. This way they don't think right off the bat that you were trying to sell them. Yes, because you're not trying to sell them something. Like, take it off the plate. It's complete. Take it completely away. You're not trying to sell them anything. All you're trying to do is help them. You invite them again or tell them to look out for your next group. Invite them again to unmute yourself, Danielle. What?
Sorry, do you invite them again to the next group that you do the following month? Like you revisit them and
The free group?
do you that way, or the free group?
No. Mm-mm. Once they do a free group, that's it. Like, I move on. I don't ever announce it on my page. You will never see me announce that free group on my page. It is only in those closed groups, those beg, barter, sell groups, because I want new people. You can do a free group with people you know, but the goal for me is to get new friends. Okay?
Okay.
But like at the end of the group, I'll invite them to learn more about my longer challenge groups. And I tell them in a video right up front that I am a Beachbody coach. I run longer groups. This is not what this is. This is just a fun, free 5-day group. And I took that from Tawny. Do you do the same free group every month? Yes, I do. Once you get a template, that's what you should do. You should get a template that you can use over and over and over and over and over again, unless you're not going to be able to put your all into it. If you're not going to be able to put your all into it, then you should have variety. Tawny does different ones. She did a yoga group that was really great. You can do anything. The whole goal, you could do a knitting group if you wanted. The only goal is to get to know people. I choose to do clean eating because I want it to be related to what I do so that they can associate clean eating with me. That's why I do it. Okay. So it's really important when you're forming these people that you're identifying with them. So if they're telling you, I'd like to work out, but I can't find the time. If you had that problem, it is really important for you to tell them that you had that problem. Because otherwise they feel like, oh, she's up here, she has it all together, she doesn't get me. They need to feel like you get them. And then they're going to trust you more. So that's something that I always include in my invitation process. When I ask them what they're struggling with, I always try to find something that I can identify with, because it helps them trust me more and it helps them see that I'm a real person. I use the Fixate recipes. There's one Tawny makes, it's a barbecue pizza. The kids like that. I do the mac and cheese one from Fixate and the turkey chili because I like that. And then I use chicken and quinoa.
You say the barbecue pizza?
Yeah, the barbecue pizza. And then I do the beef and sweet potato stew. So they're easy. Okay. And then, so whoever participates through the group, if they participate every day, I tell them that I'm going to give them a prize, and I give them a week of clean eating meal plan. So there's another thing that I have given them, and I've developed the relationship even further so that I can probably invite them to my next challenge group if I want it. But the whole thing about this is consistency. Consistency is key for these to work because it may not work right away. I usually get people from 2 or 3 months back that are signing up with me now. So there are several people that just signed up with challenge packs that are actually from 2 months ago. So it's very important for you to keep getting a new flock of people watching you. And if you're having trouble getting Success Club, do more free groups. Talk to more people. That's, if you're not hitting Success Club, either your invitation process is flawed and you should show it to your coach so they can look over it to see if there's anything that could be tweaked. I want to talk about that too. Or you're not talking to enough people. And I want to get like Joey started doing these clean eating groups, and Joey's fairly new to working this. So I wanted him to talk a little bit about his experience with it. And posting in these free groups could take some practice on your part. You may need to play with the wording. Tawny, if you're not getting a huge response, you may need to play with the wording. And Joey's about to tell you what happened. Hold on a second.
You can answer Rashida's question real quick. The same cold market group.
Do you ask the same cold market group each time? Yep. There's like 22,000 people in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't join groups that are under 15,000. So when you're talking about that many people, you're going to get a lot of, and these groups are very liquid. There's always people coming and going as they are in the market looking for something that they want to buy or that they want to sell. So that 15 to 17,000 is always changing.
And I only keep it up for 45 minutes and it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And like I take it down. So it's not even there for other people to see later on.
Christy, you've never had trouble getting kicked out of the group or admin saying anything to you?
Yeah, sometimes. But for 45 minutes, they usually don't see it.
Okay.
I mean, I got kicked out of one group, but who cares?
What time of day do you post that?
Huh?
What time of day do you post that?
I usually do it on a Tuesday morning, and I make sure that I'm going to sit there. I usually do it around 6 or 7 a.m.
Okay. So specific time and
I mean, that's when I do it, but he did it and like left it, and then he had like, it's very overwhelming to me. I have to sit there and I have to take care
Christy
of it.
had to walk away.
One
of my posts was
I was like, take it down.
and I just kept adding.
how active in these groups are you prior to your invite? Do you talk to do you correspond for weeks prior to that?
No.
So
They're
it's not
backburner
like
cell
you're
groups.
showing
They're-
up. It's not
No.
like your face is known, oh, that's that girl.
No.
Really? So all of a sudden, out of the blue, there you are. Is it a slide?
Mm-hmm. I'll post it, and I don't know, where should I post it? Like, I'll post what I post.
So it's a
and
slide
my
with
story.
a specific verbiage, and then so it's not like you're in there liking, posting, liking and commenting, and every time they
No, because it's a beg, barter, sell group. People are just in there to buy stuff.
Yeah, will you share your actual post in our team page? I'm curious
that is
just
so
to see your
interesting.
verbiage. I've seen your video, but I mean, for you to be grabbing that many people's attention, I'm definitely curious.
Yeah, and I think you'd all be surprised at how long the post is, but how many people actually will read it and are brought into the story by it. And you want me to share about my
Yeah, hold on.
wording?
Let's answer the rest of these questions. Actually, Aurelia, who is now a coach, is from one of those free groups. So do I have the measure and weigh? No. Mm-mm. Nope. I keep it really low key. You just want them to. I was doing it way too intense before, and it was really, really high pressure. These people are scared to death. They just need a taste of it, and you need to give them enough confidence to want to take the next step. Like, they don't want to pay for something. That's why they're jumping on it. It's free. So give them a little bit, and then let them trust you. Yeah. Do you give the prize to everyone that, no, well, I give the prize to everyone that participates all 5 days and does the fitness challenge all 5 days. So usually that's like 2 people, 2-3 people. And you can also, like, let's say you're like Joey and you don't mind getting inundated with friends requests and messages. You can create a wait list. And that makes it seem like you can say, it's full. I've got 50 people, but I'll put you on my priority list for next month. So that's what Joey did. Okay, so Joey's going to tell you his story.
So when I first started doing these cold market groups, I kind of came in a little tepid, with a little cold feet, because I think subconsciously I was letting that, this is a woman's field or whatever, there's no guys. I mean, look, I'm one of 3 dudes on here. What's up, fellas? Unite. So, I had that excuse in my head. And so I posted this group and I was like, I'm a guy. These people may not connect with me. So I need to put the focus on the free. And so I made a post. I used the slideshow that Christy uses, and I used a lot of the same language that she used. But what I posted in there was free, all capitals, exclamation point. So the whole first line of the post was free. And I posted that, and I was really proud of myself. And nothing happened. Nobody, a few people liked it, and I messaged them like, hey, I saw you liked my post. Are you interested? No reply. And so I let it stay up there. It was actually up there almost a whole day, and nobody responded. And I thought, well, here we go. I'm just a guy that can't do this. And I was thinking about the post, and I was like, you know what? I don't need. I'm strong enough, and I believe in myself enough that I don't need to hide behind the facade of selling the free. I can share myself, and people will connect with that. My story is compelling enough that people will connect, and they'll want to know more. So this is literally what I did. I went to the original post in all these groups, and I deleted that first line that said free exclamation point. I deleted that, and I replaced it with, I used to be significantly overweight or severely overweight. I deleted free, and I typed, I used to be severely overweight. And I left the rest of the post completely the same. And it exploded. It went wild. It did not take long, and I just had a list. And Christy, for the next group I'm going to do at the beginning of September, I already have 10 people in their emails that got in, and I even let it go to like 45. I was going to stop it at 40, but they kept popping in, and Christy was like, shut it down. So she had to walk away. But I stopped it at 45, and then people kept messaging me, and I said, hey, I'm going to start a wait list. Send me your information, your email. So I already have 10 people for the next group, and I haven't even posted anything yet.
Because you have to remember, we get scared. And when you are scared, that's actually the thing that drives people away the most. If you have confidence in who you are and your story and your why, that is what draws people to you, not the free. That's why you have to know your story. You have to know your why, and you have to know who you're targeting. When you know that, and when you are confident in who you are going to attract people to you like a magnet. If you go in there scared that people are going to kick you out or get mad at you, then they're going to sense it. Like dogs. They will. They will sense it.
So let me just finish this, and then you can continue. And so once I changed that line and people started adding, these people started opening up to me. Women were talking to me about issues they were having. And so all those assumptions I had in my brain completely evaporated, that this is something that I can't do because I'm a man. And it's just because I was honest about where I used to be and where I am now, and how excited I was to share just a little piece of my journey with them so that they could see what it's like. Because when somebody sees a picture of me where I've lost 100 pounds, they feel excited for me. They're proud. They're congratulatory, but they're completely intimidated because they think they could never do it. And so just being that first little toe in the door where I can maybe one day tell them and encourage them and let them know that they can do it, and it doesn't take a miracle, but it's just the beginning step. So Joey has done 2 groups so far, and he has gotten how many paying customers? 1. He's only gotten 1. Now, what he could do is quit right now because he only got 1. So he shouldn't. It doesn't work. These free groups don't work. But that's not the case. If he keeps going, he's going to get a payoff. He has planted seeds. That is the biggest problem. Not being consistent and assuming it doesn't work after you try it once. Now, he was in his last group, bombed. Nobody participated.
Nobody.
Well, not nobody.
Well, it was
very
bad.
few. Very
And
few.
he went and he messaged every single one of those people. And how many conversations are you in?
I'm in the middle of active conversations with about 5 people.
Okay. So then, can I tell them the invite thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was getting all the way through with the videos, getting to the price, and he was getting them saying, okay, yeah, let me run this by my husband. And then he wasn't hearing from them. And so I said, can I tell them the whole story?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said, can I see your invite? And he didn't want to show me. And y'all, husbands and wives, dealing with criticizing each other's work, it's not fun. But I encourage you to find somebody to let you, like, to get criticism from. I said, can I just see it? Can I see it? And he was not in the mood for criticism, but I forced the issue. And so I looked at his invite, and everything is great on his invite, except he is not doing the feel, felt, found. He was not identifying with the struggles that they were having. He was just going from one question to the next question to the next question, no feeling in it whatsoever. So me as a woman with this man that I don't know, am I going to trust him? Does he know how to, like, if he hasn't gotten to my heart, am I going to be ready to buy a challenge pack from him? No. So he's going to try implementing that next month, and we're going to see if that is the problem. But that's what you have to do, guys. You can't give up and just assume that this business is not for you. It could be a matter of a word that's not right, that you have to fix. So he's going to try next time doing the like, okay, I have no time. I totally understand. I'm a teacher and I didn't have time to do this. I was, I couldn't get to the gym and I was finding it really difficult to get motivated. But something that has really helped us is challenge groups. It helped me get organized. It helped me plan ahead. If you can show them that you were right where they were and give them some hope that they can get right where you are now, they're going to trust you more. And like I said, it could, and like he said, it could be a matter of a word that's not right. So don't give up after trying it one time. That's foolish.
That's what Gary Vee talked about at Summit. Those of you that were at Summit, that was the whole point of this whole thing, was doing the work. So for me, I'm not letting what I'm doing right now judge how I determine what I'm doing here. Here's what I'm trying to say. My goal is to do a free group every month for the school year and see what happens after a year of doing this. Then I'll judge where I am. I can't judge it right now. The sample size is too small. But if I consistently do this for the whole year, I'm going to test it. So my test is going for a year, not a week, not a month. But so often we do these short little sample sizes and we let it determine what we think our outcome is going to be. And we give up, or we feel defeated, or we don't feel like we're good enough. And that's a lot of what Gary Vee was talking about.
And like, if you're getting people that are putting you off by saying, I need to go run it by this person, or let me get back to you in a couple of days, the chances are something is missing in your invite process. Run it by somebody. Let somebody else get eyes on it. You might be missing something and they might be able to find where you're missing it. And if you can get it right, it's going to make your life so much easier. I hardly ever get a no. Hardly ever. And it's because somewhere it clicked in and I've got the right thing going. If you can just figure out your secret sauce, it's going to make your life a lot easier. So running it by somebody and getting a little harsh criticism is worth it, in my opinion. All right. That's all I got. So if you have questions.
Tawny had a question.
Oh.
Yeah, Tawny, the one that I just shared that story about, it was a written post with the slideshow, the same slideshow that Christy uses.
Mm-hmm. I really suggest slideshows because they can tell a story. And I don't know, I don't like to watch videos where I have to listen to somebody talk or ramble. because that's kind of what happens on the live feeds and stuff. Like, unless you're doing something that's interesting, it's really hard to watch them. And so slideshows can tell a story in a very short period of time, and it moves so more people see it. If you're just posting a picture, Facebook is not going to have it be seen. So figure out how you can tell a story with a slideshow. I've used Flipagram. I use iMovie. Is there an app you use to put Flipagram or iMovie? Any other questions? You said you only live post up, about 45 minutes. Why is that? Oh, leave it because
so many people respond.
Because I don't want to deal with more than 50 people. That's too many for me. Like, if you can Stephanie will deal with 500 people. But if you can do that, fantastic. I can't. It overwhelms me. I don't want to do that. So that's up to you. You have to decide how many people you can deal with and actually give your attention to in a group. Because you need to be able to give your attention to those people. And let me say this too. I find the free groups really invigorating. Like, these are people that feel like they have absolutely no hope, and you're giving them hope for free. I find it really, really invigorating. And like, you just feel great at the end of the group, even if only one person participated. You really feel great. I'm telling you, you have to give to get, and you will get blessed in more ways than you even know by doing it. Do you put something in your post about open to those not working with coach? No.
There's really no Beachbody mention.
I don't. Beachbody's not a part of it. I've had people that have done Beachbody, but I don't, like, if I know that they've done Beachbody, I don't approach them about my Beachbody groups.
Okay. No, just my group this month. The 3 people who were having the best conversations, they've got coaches, and they didn't tell me until I talked to them for like a week.
Well, and that's what I do. I like Tawny and I both in our group say we are a Beachbody coach. We say, you may notice, like, we don't hide it. Don't hide it, y'all. If you hide it, it's like you're being deceptive. Mm-hmm. So go ahead.
It goes in the intro.
Can I talk to that too? Yeah. And also, you really are doing this to build relationships, form a community, and give something away for free. So yes, ultimately we want customers from that, and we'll build relationships. But if there are 15 people in your group and 3 of them already have coaches, then what they're doing is getting a little extra freebie from you, but helping you create that community for you to get to know and talk to other people who might not have coaches. So don't look at it as you're wasting your time with those people if they end up in a free group. Look at it as just they're part of that community for that week. And they're supporting and supplying more people for you to create a group atmosphere and hopefully more participation.
Yeah. So. That's true. But like, I would just say it up front. I would say, hey, you may have noticed I'm a Beachbody coach. I run 30-day challenge groups that are a little more, intricate than this. That's not what this is. This is just a fun, free group. We're going to do some fun fitness challenges just to give us an idea of like clean eating. Yeah.
Thanks.
I knew you had a physical transformation. Shows for those of us who haven't had the weight transformations. Well, think about what has changed. Like, if you have pictures, like maybe if you have depression or whatever, maybe you have pictures of you just looking rough. And like,
just sad face and then smiling.
I mean, because that's part of my story. Is like, people really, they don't come to me because of the weight loss. They come to me because of the chronic pain. And so what the first picture that you see in the slideshow is me with my chin on 6 different bottles of medication. And that has nothing to do with weight loss. So just think, like, brainstorm. I was doing my Emerald Coach Basics videos today. I'm making the training, and I was talking about how, when they're going to be an Emerald Coach, they might think I can't post about the opportunity because I have nothing to share. I don't have these big, I can't buy a car. I can't buy a house. I don't have all this money. But something has changed. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. So what has Beachbody done for you? Even if it's you got some friends, just brainstorm and think of all the positive things that Beachbody has done for you, and then how can you tell the story? But make sure you're going for your story. Don't just throw any story in there. What is your niche market? What's your niche market?
And just to be clear, we post in several groups.
Yeah, 4. I usually do 4.
I think I did 5 because I had a couple in other states. And if you live in a large metropolitan area, like Christy does, Beg Barter sell in Katy, which is the west side of town. But I look for other parts of the city, like the northwest side, or Magnolia, which is a suburb, or Sugarland. So if you live in a large area, there's probably a lot of these Beg Barter groups all around you. There's even some now called neighborhood trading groups, which aren't as large. But I haven't tried those yet, but I've heard that the response from those is sometimes better.
Yeah. Usually the rule is they don't want you selling anything. Take Beachbody Coach off your profile, get it off there. and just, it's a free group. It's a free fun group. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to post in there. And you will have admins that take it down. Like, I've actually messaged them and say, why did you take it down? They were like, well, weren't you selling something? I was like, no, it says right in there, it's free. They were like, oh, well, we thought you were selling something. So if they do that, they do it. Move on. Move on.
I've even had people message me. They're like, so is this just some kind of guise for trying to sell me something? Or one lady actually specifically said, is this some kind of setup to get me to buy Shakeology? And I said, no, it's just a fun free group for recipes. She goes, yeah, but eventually you want me to buy something. And I said, no, this is just a fun free group. She said, well, what's the name of the group going to be? And I said, free 5-day clean eating group.
Note to self, don't follow up and ask her if she wants to join your next challenge. Right after that.
Post pics of your sedentary lifestyle against pics of where you're working out. Yeah.
Christy, how much time in advance do you post in the free group before it's the 5-day? So recipes, food shopping, how much advance time do you give these new people to go shop and get ready for that recipe on Monday to post?
So when I do the 5-day dinner group, I post on Thursday in the groups, and then I add them to the group on Friday, and they get their recipe list, and they have to go shopping over the weekend. On Saturday and Sunday, I'll give them a little bit of information about clean eating, how to shop for it, what it is, just basic stuff. Then on Monday, they get their first recipe. So Thursday is when it starts. You could do Wednesday, but there's a window of enthusiasm you guys have to remember. You guys know there's a window of enthusiasm. If you do it on Thursday and you add them right to the group on Friday, the likelihood of you, and I asked them to post an intro video. I don't even ask them to do a picture. I ask them to post an intro video. You get one person to be brave enough to do it, and the rest of them will follow.
Interesting. So you give them the food list of all 5 days recipes, like their shopping list all together, but the recipe gets posted on the Monday, and they're expected to make it that Monday. Post.
We started doing it the night before.
Yeah,
the people that get up early, because there was a few times where it was like a crock pot recipe.
4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, who in God's name gets up that early?
No, there was a time where we were not getting up at 4 a.m. So people were saying, well, it's a crock pot. I wish I would have known this earlier so I could have set it up before I went to work.
Okay.
So,
all right. So, but
also,
we shop over the weekend, but the recipes, it's not like the 5 days ahead, because then you'll lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the shopping list, it'll just say like turkey chili and it lists the ingredients, but it doesn't say necessarily how many teaspoons of that or how much you have to boil it or cook it or whatever.
Now, I do anything that can be prepped ahead of time. I do give them that, like tell them what to do on Sunday. So for instance, the turkey chili, I tell them that they can go ahead and brown the turkey meat. Any of the vegetables that need to be chopped up, I tell them they can chop all those up and put them in the refrigerator so that all they can do is dump it in. But I don't want to give them the recipes ahead of time. This was Tawny's idea. I don't want to give them the recipes ahead of time because I want them all to make it on the same day.
Yeah, that's great.
It creates camaraderie.
I love that. Love the whole thing. And always a Monday through a Friday.
Monday through Friday, yes. Tawny's going to post her template in TFA. Mine's a little different. I'll post mine too.
Thank you, girls.
And she's got a yoga one that's really good. Her yoga, like if you like yoga or something like that, she went out and had someone take beautiful pictures of her. And she did a contest with it. Just tell them, Tawny.
Well, and the thing you guys have to know is it's hit or miss. The recipe group I ran, and then I put like 3 of you in the second one that I did, and it totally bombed. And it was the exact same template. So that's a big thing about what Christy was saying is you just have to keep trying. Some people are going to take to it and some people aren't. And you just have to be okay with that. If you know it works, just keep tweaking it. But the yoga one, I had everybody who was interested in trying it. We try a pose a day. I tell them ahead of time, I put up the picture that says, here's what each pose is each day. If you're not familiar with the pose, go look it up on yoga.com. And then I put up a picture of myself doing it for each of the assigned days. And I mean, it's like, if any of you who know yoga, it's like a down dog, an up dog, child's pose. It's not hard stuff to do. And then but they are being judged on the creativity of the picture. So it's not how well they can do it. Now, I'll say, maybe scoot your feet out a little bit more. I'm not like a trained yoga instructor. But basically it's just and I say in the beginning in an intro video, it's just for you to try a pose, just to get your body moving a little bit and us to have a little fun with yoga. And then if somebody says throughout the course of the group, I've been looking for something to supplement with my runs, then I can go, well, we actually have PIO in a private message and start talking to them about that or the yoga retreat or whatever. But I mean, literally, and then at the end of the day, what I did was on my business page, I posted the best picture that everyone had put up from the week. So everybody's best shot, and then told them to have their friends go to my business page, like my business page, and then vote on their photo, because whoever got the winning photo, I gave a core comfort mat to.
Oh, that's another thing. After you invite them on those beg, barter, sell groups, make sure that you have something on your personal page that directs them to your like page, and they'll go like your like page. I lost it. It's gone. I'll post pictures of me with my Shakeology. I won't put like that. It's just, it doesn't have the label on it. But I'll just be like, I got my breakfast and my mason jar salad, and they'll automatically say, what shake is that? And then I get to share about Shakeology. Not pushing it on them. I'm just like, I'm running out the door with my water bottle and my mason jar salad and my Shakeology. So that's it. That's all she wrote.
Awesome. Great job.
Yeah, it was really awesome. It really was.
Hey.
There was a whole lot of aha moments, how come I don't think of this type of stuff.
I'm telling you, I bet you guys, if we did free groups every week, I bet we'd be getting SC40.
It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock somewhere. Thank you, Christy. Really, I mean, that was a really good call. I need to listen to it again. I think it's a re-listen to. Never mind. You know what I mean.
You're starting to talk in your text.
That's what I was just thinking.
This is the second time I'm hearing this information, so obviously it's like, get it done.
Yes, Maureen.
We had an ad-lane conversation multiple times on the cruise about it. See, I wasn't just drinking the whole time. Or disappearing.
Yeah.
Well, excellent call. Your hair looks beautiful.
Thanks.
It looks really good with your eyes.
I personally am a lover of the red. I feel like it makes your eyes stand out like
I
crazy.
can't cut it for a while, so I had to dye it.
How long? What's a while?
I don't know. I have to be in the 60s.
Oh.